Subscribe for Reddit's controversial opinions. If you get mad/offended at someone for calling you sir or ma'am because it makes you feel old, fuck you, we're just trying to be respectful. Had this lady the other day just straight up ignored me all because I accidentally called her ma'am a few times instead of her real name, which to me is weird, especially to a stranger. When I worked in customer service, I had people twice my age call me ma'am out of respect. I don't understand the offense, woman shrugging, light skin tone. I had an issue with this coming out of the military and moving to the south, so many people would get pissy about it. It was like, bro, I had sir and ma'am literally beat into me. Get over it. Edit, since people are asking. I was in Tennessee and Georgia. Don't they notice it's not just old people? It always confused me as to why it makes people get so offended. Like, I'm 21 and often mistaken for a middle or high schooler, and even I get called ma'am sometimes. The accuracy of this is off the charts. How dare you try to be respectful to me? I have had many people ask me not to refer to them with those terms. None of them were offended. They just expressed a preference. I feel like this is a northerner thing. Never had a problem with that here in the South. Say this in NYC and 9/10 New Yorkers will say, "Why the fuck are you calling me that?" It's just a simple show of respect. Not sure where people get the old notion. Sounds like they're projecting. People in California are not a fan of the gesture, can confirm after moving from GA to CA and being told several times by separate people to not call them sir/ma'am. Our consultant from the Netherlands hates being addressed as sir, as he isn't knighted by the Queen. What the actual FK, people are so stupid. Yes, stranger I never met I totally know or name. Everyone that I respect or don't know yet, is either sir or ma'am, no matter how old or young. It's just something I was taught at a young age. This isn't that unpopular. Working in construction, I found guys getting pissed at sir, because they take pride in being a working man. Nowadays, I call everyone boss. It seems to work well in most situations and across genders. It's getting to me. I used to get miss. Now I get ma'am. Shit. When I used to serve tables, I would usually call ladies miss, thinking I would avoid this. One day a lady complained to my manager because she was too old to be a miss and I should have noticed her wearing a wedding ring. SMH just can't win in the service industry. Okay, but if I politely tell you I prefer not to be called sir, I'd appreciate it if you could respect me enough to honor that. At 31, I get called ma'am instead of miss most of the time, but I still get carded buying beer at CVS. How does that work? I live in California, but was born in Texas. When I'm not around my peers, for some damn reason I go straight into polite mode when I am being professional. The sir, ma'am, miss, mr, all come out and I get strange looks all the time, but I never get told off. Even when I called this old lady miss once, she thanked me cause she hated ma'am. Called some guy sir one day at work just being polite and he goes, "Oh, I'm not a sir," like I was calling him old, and my smart ass instinctively replies, "Okay then, ma'am." It was awkward explaining that one to my boss, woman shrugging, light skin tone. Sir is out, it's daddy now. People are stupid. As a general rule of thumb, never use ma'am. Miss is always safe, and it makes the older women feel better when you refer to them as that. I feel like that's well known, but I could be wrong. Sure, not everyone's gonna take offense to it, but changing a syllable shouldn't be so part to be polite. I always call women miss, regardless if they're 20 or 90. I don't need any extra evil eye in my life, I'm good, bro. If they have a problem you could use the lesser used alternative, comrade. To tally agree. I called a lady ma'am at Subway and she got super angry at me. I was floored. I think I straight up told her that it was just how I was raised or didn't mean to be disrespectful. Customer is always right and all that. Whatever, lady face with rolling eyes, lol, calling her lady, now that would have been rude. I got called lady the other day and I was surprised. I'm grown up enough to be called that. I'm from the South, and when I call people sir or ma'am, I'm genuinely just trying to know someone older than me, basic respect. I felt this so hard. I don't see how this is unpopular though. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure everyone thinks this when they see/hear that kind of reaction. My first boss taught me to use sir or ma'am to be respectful and professional. I work somewhere else now and there's this guy who always makes a big deal when I call him sir. Acts like I'm somehow digging his grave a little more every time yes sir slips out of my mouth. This doesn't seem like the right sub for this post. Do you actually think this is an unpopular opinion? Wow. So unpopular. How is this unpopular? Downvoted because popular opinion. Same. I was raised that way and then 15 years of being in the army only reinforced it. We're being respectful, and I refer to everyone I meet as sir or ma'am. I had a store clerk get mad at me for saying thank you ma'am and I didn't know they identified as a male. I meant no disrespect to them but they acted like I was oppressing them. How was I supposed to know? I couldn't agree more. It's simply a sign of respect. Bless you. Not many young people do that and it's much appreciated. I agree. I mean if you know their name I guess call them by it but what else are you supposed to call someone if you don't know their name? Lady. Mr. Human. Hey you with the face? Ma'am may make me feel old but so what? It not an insult like people make it out to be. Get a grip, on what fucking planet is this an unpopular opinion? I go through this. The minute they say don't call me that my gut reaction is to answer with okay, asshole. Grew up around enlisted men, I was enlisted. Sir was something I hadn't earned, until I did. I never said a thing about it again. Deleted. I agree with this. Now, hun, sweetheart, love, etc. is a whole different story. You can call a man of any age sir, and he won't get offended. Women in general just don't like being called ma'am. People not liking being called sir or ma'am is fine. If you're one of those people who act on not liking being called sir or ma'am, you're an asshole. I, 24F, do not like being called ma'am, but I don't let whoever called me that know that. WTF is wrong with people.